Now on KMTV Action 3 News, violent night. A bullet hits a young woman in North Omaha just hours after a shooting death near a park in South O. What we've learned about the gunfire.
Plus, hot water for a volunteer firefighter trained to keep the public safe but accused of abandoning his own baby. Why he was not home and where he ran off to.
And pink slipped. Workers stunned when a world-famous internet company lays them off in La Vista without warning.
KMTV Action 3 News live at 10 starts now with breaking news.
And good evening. Let's get right to it. We're following two big stories tonight.
Here's a live look at 36th and Spalding, where someone shot a young woman tonight. We'll have a live report in just a moment.
First, new details about a deadly shooting in South Omaha this afternoon. It has become the city's latest murder. Somebody shot a man near 18th and U near Brown Park around 2 this afternoon. Paramedics rushed the man to Creighton University Medical Center, where he died. So far, no arrest to report. We will bring you the latest as soon as we get it.
Hours later, around 8 tonight, someone shot a woman during a barbecue near 36th and Spalding. Reporter Kelly Bartnick is live there now with the latest. Kelly?
Jenny, police just released information here. They tell us the victim in this shooting is 19-year-old Evelyn Nowden. Now, this all happened, as you mentioned, at 8 o'clock here across really an entire intersection. We're going to let you look this way. You see all of those yellow markers in the lawn right there? That is presumably shell casings, a marker for each one of those. We counted at least 24 in the lawn right there. And then the bullets flew across the street here to that house. Right now, the front door is shattered. There are still people inside, except for Nowden, who is in the hospital tonight. Omaha police do confirm that. Now, I talked with the granddaughter of the woman who lives in the house. That's 3902 North 36th. She says the woman injured is 19. That is Nowden. She says that she was the girlfriend of a relative. There is no word on her condition other than that she is in serious. Police do expect her to live, though. Now, there was a large group, family tell me, of people at this home when the bullets flew. They were at a barbecue, according to family members. Crime scene investigators are still on the street. They're still on the scene. They're picking up those bullets right now, mapping out this crime scene, digging through anything they can here for more information. Now, that same family member told me she believes that this shooting is connected to gang violence. She hasn't been in much contact with the people inside the home. She came here to see if her grandmother was okay. She hasn't really confirmed that yet. Again, police say Nowden is at Creighton University Medical Center tonight. She is in serious condition, expected to live. Much more, obviously, as this developing story continues. Reporting live tonight, Kelly Bartnick, KMTV Action 3 News.
New at 10, an armed robbery at Big Jim's gas station in North Omaha. Omaha police tell us the call came in around 7:30 tonight. The robber held up the place near 30th and Ames. We don't know if or how much cash they got away with. Nobody was hurt.
We're all very taken back and going to do what we can to bounce back.
An Omaha man tells us it took a big company less than 5 minutes to tell him he's out of a paycheck. 5 years after internet giant Yahoo moved into La Vista, workers tell us the company is moving some people out.
The stunned employees contacted us about a major shakeup. Reporter Megan Matthews is live with the story. Megan.
Jen, Craig, two former workers here at the Yahoo in La Vista tell me they were blindsided when they came into work today. They say managers called them into a meeting, and minutes later, they were out of a job.
It took about a couple minutes to tell us that it was, we didn't have jobs anymore.
This former Yahoo employee didn't want to show his face or say his name, but he did talk about Tuesday's layoffs at the company in La Vista.
We all met in a conference room, and pretty much we got word that our site was closing.
He says an email went out Monday to customer service employees at Yahoo's site at 108th and Giles. It said all customer service employees had to meet at 9 a.m. That's when a manager addressed the workers.
The situation lasted about 4 minutes, and we tried to ask questions. She didn't want to open a group discussion, and said they would meet with everybody individually before we all left.
He and another employee laid off. Both told me about 40 employees left the room without a job.
They just said it was a business decision and it was, probably from the higher up, but no, there wasn't a specific or explicit reason given.
Employees do say Yahoo gave them a severance package, and the data center on the same complex is still open.
We're all very taken back and going to do what we can to bounce back.
I reached out to Yahoo by phone and by email multiple times. I have not heard anything back today. Reporting live near 108th and Giles, Megan Matthews, KMTV Action 3 News.
Tonight I contacted La Vista Mayor Doug Kindig, who told me he just found out but has not confirmed it. Back in 2010, there was a big celebration and ribbon cutting when city and Yahoo officials announced the opening of the center at 108th and Giles.
2, 3.
At the time, city officials, even the former governor who you see there, talked about all the jobs that would be coming to La Vista, as well as the Yahoo call center in West Omaha.
New at 10, one man is dead, another in critical condition after a bad crash near 220th and Dodge. The Douglas County Sheriff's Department says 63-year-old Richard Sake was driving west on Dodge when his Camry went into oncoming traffic. His car collided with a mountaineer. Sake was pronounced dead at the scene. Deputies do not know why he drove into oncoming traffic. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. The family of a retired Miller West teacher is taking legal action after a car hit and killed him while he rode his bike in Douglas County. The family has filed a tort claim calling the county negligent for the way the road is designed. 82-year-old Ruth Jeffers hit Jim Johnston at 260th and West Center Road last March when she swerved to miss a slowing car. Jeffers pleaded guilty to misdemeanor motor vehicle homicide. She will serve 1 day in jail Friday, 1 year after the crash. She will also spend the 2-year anniversary in jail. The claim does not mention an amount. It does say Jim Johnston's widow suffered losses and damages.
Small town drama over a big deficit in Glenwood, Iowa tonight. There was a standing room only crowd at tonight's city council meeting. Look at this. A recent audit of the budget finds Glenwood in a $300,000 shortfall. Replacing the library roof, a streets project, and expensive capital improvements led to the deficit. People in Glenwood do not want to pay more in property taxes to fix the financial problem. Tonight they called for better fiscal management.
A volunteer firefighter in Iowa faces charges of child endangerment after neighbors found his toddler home alone, crying and shaking in his crib. Fremont County deputies arrested Christopher Thurman yesterday afternoon. Neighbors saw Thurman head to a fire and worried his 1.5-year-old was left behind. They heard the baby crying inside the house. Neighbors busted in the door and found the little boy alone in his crib with cartoons playing. Deputies picked up the baby from the neighbor's house and arrested his father.
The face of local health care will change later this month when it comes to the partnership between Nebraska Medicine and Methodist. Lee Handke takes over the reins. This week I sat down with him and asked how Omahans can sift through all the names, hospitals, and information coming at them.
We are the most affordable healthcare systems in the region.
After spending a dozen years moving up the ranks at Blue Cross Blue Shield, Lee Handke is about to take the reins as the first CEO of Nebraska Health Network, an alliance between Nebraska Medicine and Methodist Health System.
Nebraska Health Network is a new name, it's a new brand, and so it's a brand that we have to build. It's a brand that we will have to build for consumers to associate that with trust, with quality, with affordability.
Nebraska Medicine and Methodist actually joined forces in 2010, creating what they call an accountable care organization. It has 1,300 providers, 300 primary care physicians, and 6 hospitals.
Now, though, these systems are coming together, so physicians across the systems will be partnering to improve that quality of care.
With Nebraska Medicine and Methodist on one side, CHI, which bought Allegiant Creighton 2 years ago, on the other, they are hitting the airwaves and using billboards to try to get your healthcare business and bucks. Have you ever seen a more competitive environment in the healthcare field than it is today?
I would say that the neat thing about healthcare today, like I said earlier, was consumers are now more aware that there are choices. There's differences in cost of healthcare services. There's difference in quality of healthcare services.
Handke recently was Blue Cross Blue Shield's point man in a highly publicized stalemate with CHI Creighton. It affected thousands of Omahans who suddenly had to deal with CHI being an out-of-network provider. he says there was a positive.
In the standpoint that it has started the dialogue and people are talking again about cost and quality.
Handke starts as CEO of Nebraska Health Network on March 30th.
The metro area is in a high risk for fires. That's according to the Nebraska Forest Service. Most of the state is in a high or very high risk category. Grass fires flared up in Lancaster County yesterday. One covered 20 acres and barely missed a house. Fire officials say any winds over 10 miles an hour can cause a lot of trouble.
Our meteorologist Jim Flowers is here.